done. Okay, we're gonna run one back. This time, we're not going to fight the old king. We knocked that out of the way. Pox cannon. Yeah, look, you're allowed to go out on your own patio. Nobody says I went out on the patio if they're having beers. You say my balcony or my patio because you're bragging about the equity that you have. The patio is like going out to like the club. That means it's a nightclub. It doesn't mean it's like, you know, chess club. You're wrong? You think so? Because I'm looking out on my deck right now. I gotta tell you, it's looking mighty nice out there. Looking forward to getting back to it. +2. Weird flex, weird flex. Any betches out on the deck? I certainly hope not. Every once in a while, there's like, you know, some garbage out there. I guess people just walk by at like 4 in the morning and like hurl some garbage in there, which is like, you know, I get it. You're jealous. I clean it up with a smile on my face. I say it's a privilege to be, you know, to have people so obsessed with me. Mine is 21. You can't. That's an odd number. Doesn't compute. Apart from dishwasher pods, has the package thief struck again? I'm happy to report we have not had any more packages stolen. It's so funny to me. Like we're basically just very lucky. Everything gets delivered. Like almost anything, any possession we have came from a delivery that came to our home rather than going out, especially in the past couple of years, right? All of the stuff that could have been stolen from a package, the fact that they got our dishwasher pods is hilarious. It was almost like they stole something that, like, it was a prank on them. Unless they, I don't know, maybe they went home and they put the pods in their dishwasher. I'm not going to assume the person who stole them didn't have a dishwasher, but... It's like, guess what, idiot? Now you got to do the dishes. We had someone steal the propane canister from our barbecue. Yeah, it's like, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I saw a post on r/Vancouver where somebody went out to dinner, parked their car on the street with the sunroof half cracked open. Somebody slid in like a snake through their sunroof and then ripped out their cassette deck. Like, the car was from the 1980s. They slithered in through the sunroof and, like, used like a little prying tool to pry out their cassette deck. And it's just one of those crimes where you're like, I get it. You're probably not thinking rationally to begin with, but that can't, like, it's gonna cost that person so much more strife than you're gonna get monetarily out of the cassette deck. Like, who's buying used cassette decks ripped out of like a 1980s Dodge Shadow? Again, it's just like a hipster thief or something like that. Yeah, I don't even know, man. Like, when our car got broken into, they stole my 2x2 Rubik's Cube that I kept in the car. It's like, come on, man. I'm not upset. It's, like, not that expensive to replace, but at the same time, like, are you really gonna flip the Rubik's Cube, like, with that CEO grind set? I don't understand. I don't believe it. I mean, I'd like to see you do it. Someone should get some enjoyment out of it rather than just, you know, putting it in a trash can or whatever. Lucky dodges, man. Lucky dodges. Was it solved? No, they didn't even, like, when we called the police. They were like, they kind of, oh, I tried to flip the table like a fool. They kind of hit us with the, you know, you can file a police report if you want. And I was like, I get it. You're never going to find this person. It's I don't think that they're gonna I don't think they're gonna devote too much manpower to, you know, trying to get back my 2x2 Rubik's Cube and the SD card with my navigational data on it for the city of Vancouver. They're too busy patrolling film sets to make sure nobody accidentally walks on the set of CW's The Flash, and then giving tickets to people drinking one tall can of Steamworks IPA in Stanley Park. I mean, look, I don't want to divert all the, I don't want to divert any police resources from keeping the public safe like that. Disappointed, though, that I did not get the mastery round there. You know what? It's good that I have no water around. I've already used my bladder privileges today. Jeffrey doesn't want. Oh, Jeffrey's not even the CEO anymore. Now we got to change all our jokes. It's Andy Jassy. New Amazon CEO Andrew Jassy doesn't want me to go to the bathroom anymore today. I did call him Andrew. It's my mistake, sir. You know what it is? It's like it's like the kind of crime that's like it's like Fall Guys, you know? Like when you are in Fall Guys and somebody messes with you just so that like they come 23rd instead of 25th. That's what it's like when somebody breaks into your car to steal your tape deck in 2021. It's like, really? You caused like $500 of damage in my car to steal a tape deck that's worth like, I don't know, $2.50 if there's even a market for it? Which I kind of feel like there isn't, and like could not be. Maybe I'm just ignorant, but it's kind of, I'd be surprised to see an incredible tape deck market out there. Yeah, plus how much human capital are you spending trying to sell this thing, man? I can't even imagine. Well, this is not a fantastic floor. We did find our secret room, apparently. CEO, entrepreneur, born in 1968. Andy Jassy. Yeah, we're going down. People do not understand the monetary value of time. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why I tell my wife, no, I can't do the dishes tonight, because I could be playing Mario Kart and farming subs right now. But she just doesn't understand. She's like, you use that excuse all the time. Plus, you're not even streaming right now. Like, you're just sitting on the couch watching Scandal. And I'm like, yeah. But if I were streaming, I definitely would not be able to do the dishes. Talk about the Cheapskates reality show. Can I say that I saw on TLC there is a new show in the same vein of Extreme Cheapskates? I forget what it's called. Like Ultimate Save Lords or something like that. And I have resisted watching it because I actually think it's bad for my worldview. I think it's bad for my mental health to watch. And they're not all well off on Extreme Cheapskates, don't get me wrong. But when you have somebody that is like part of the 1%, owns their own home, and then they say, here's how I save money on groceries, and then they just take a picnic basket to their neighbor's house and like beg for like fruits and vegetables, you're just like, I'm letting such a small percentage of people on Earth dictate how I feel about the Earth as a whole, and I think it's bad for you. It feels good to watch, but then you get like psychic indigestion later. You don't say? Well, yeah, I do say. Plus, yeah, I'm watching TV to come up with bits for the stream, so everyone's always like, oh, why do you pay so much for cable? I'm like, the taxpayers footing the bill, dummy. Thank you, Papa Justin. Thank you, Papa Justin, for the TLC. I agree that, like, that's... I've got to be careful with, like, React port. First off, a lot of it is probably made up, but I'm operating on the assumption that some of them are not. And even if they are, it's fun. Either way, though, you have to be careful about, you know, reading the stories of the worst people on planet Earth who have no concept of how to behave in public. You have to be careful about letting that, like, infect your worldview. You know, you can... It's easy to forget, especially over the pandemic. Like, it seems like everybody on Earth is on Twitter, and it seems like Twitter is real life when you're on it. And then you go outside, like, 90% of the people you interact with have read 0 tweets in their entire life, and they're better for it. That's the ticket. People have not read the Twitter thread about how public parks are actually classist or whatever. You know, they're just trying to... No! They're just trying to live their life, man. They're just trying to get groceries, like be a good mom or whatever. I think over time we are gonna come to terms with, like, the idea that, like, you can have a physical diet, but also a mental diet. And, you know, when your physical diet is trash, sometimes you feel good in the moment, but you feel like garbage afterwards. I think the same is true on some forms of social media. Based? Oh, thank you. You shouldn't have said that. I think you, like... You gotta gaze into the abyss only briefly. Otherwise, you may become the abyss. Twitch is the same, dude. Like, I mean, I think if you watch way too much Twitch... I mean, the demographic of big streamers is like... And this is not meant as a slight. This is meant as, like, an objective data point. It's like millionaires born in the 90s with a high school education. That's, if you take that as a negative, that's actually like an incredible success story. You know, these are people that are not even 30 years old and have achieved great financial success. But if you rely on, you know, those are the kind of streamers you watch and you rely on them for your worldview, I think that affects your worldview in a certain way for sure, because you're only, and it's true for me as well, you know, you're getting a biased worldview from what I say as a, you know, a Canadian homeowner born in 1988. But your worldview is correct? Well, sure, but be that as it may. Of course, I think that way. I don't necessarily think you should, but... Are we gonna beat this guy without getting hit? I think fish is okay here. I think it's just good to have diverse sources of information, is all I'm saying. Like, anytime I see someone in chat reference live stream fails, I'm like, you need to spend less time watching streamers and more time watching old Peter Lynch videos about how to invest in the stock market at all-time highs. You're missing out, man. He's a funny guy. Or David Lynch. Or Marshawn Lynch. Basically, I'm just... Anybody in that group, I'll allow it. Hello, Daniel. Daniel hitting us with the regular hey guys. I do love the emote. Spam hey guys if you got it. If you don't got it, spam HCJ guys. Another top tier emote. Oh no. I wasn't looking. I was glancing at chat. Little known fact about HCJ guys. Did you know it is not a drawing? It's actually a photo. Blows my mind, man. Every time. Yep. I did know this. I do mention it a lot, to be fair. Who could possibly mistake it for a drawing? It looks like it's in black and white. And then they use like the fill tool on his shirt. T-shirt gun? Yeah, because it creates the pack synergy, right? Pack synergy plus 22% virus damage. Drawback, you're no longer able to wash your hands. It's a tough one, but you know what? I will shoulder this burden. Ew. Okay. We don't want to get rid of the synergy. So we won't get rid of... Oh, we can get rid of barrel? No, we can't. That's fine. Yeah, I always thought it was like a filter or something. Napalm strike? Close enough. Dunk, 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 dunk. Are you a drawing? I mean, if you see me in Gardic, like... I'm a pretty good artist. Oh, Commando. Now we're talking. This is a dub. Good teleport. Strong teleport. Very sensibly played. Good sir. Up votes to the left. So true. Who's the artist behind the girl with the pearl earring? I don't know who the artist behind it is. Someone should really try to get them out. It's been like 300 years. The artist who painted it is Johannes Vermeer. I want there to be... Does anybody know if there's like a good desktop online trivia client? I was thinking about that today. Like, Sporkle is obviously fun. But, Sporkle is kind of... Oh, yeah, Mertzy, hello, hello. Sporkle is kind of a, It's trivia, but it has, like, a different flavor. You know what I mean? I want to go up against housewives who are bored at home, retirees who have not seen a movie since 1983. Like, that's who I want to fight in trivia. In trivia, Twitch, I want questions that are harder than the average question that you get on, you know, like the average mobile trivia game where they just want you to feel smart, so you put your credit card in for more energy. Maybe like on the level of your average Jeopardy question, and that could be my League of Legends. That could be my like 12 hours a day game. I don't know if it exists though. My grandpa was talking to me about Matlock the other day, so he's right up your alley. Yo, I'm gonna give you the new song of the summer, okay? Sorry, Limmy, it's no longer Get Lucky by Daft Punk. The next song of the summer, go look it up on YouTube when this video's over. It's called the Rockford Files theme song. One of the greatest television themes of all time. I highly recommend it. I can't even do an impression because like the lyrics, or not the lyrics, but the instrument they use in it, I think is like it only exists in a digital world. Scientists have been unable to recreate it out of physical mechanics. What about the crest? No, like we're not doing that again. I'm pretty sure that doing the old king fight is what ultimately led to my demise. Isaac's kind of your League of Legends. You're not wrong. but we're getting close to the end of that. I think there's only like 3 or 4 more 100 hours until we get 100% on the post-it notes, so... Rockford has some synth squam. It has some of the highest squam quotient from the... of any television theme, I think, for sure. So there's no, like, there's no trivia. I'm surprised there's not an online trivia version on desktop. It's like, I played Jeopardy World Tour, but I honestly, like, I lost some respect. Not for the developers, but let's say for the project managers. Because, like, Jeopardy has a relatively high degree of difficulty. Jeopardy World Tour is the mobile version. It has multiple choice answers for one, which I get they don't want you typing things out, but is actually so easy, because on Jeopardy, oftentimes you have it down, like, it's just a context clue. You got 5 seconds to think of the answer. If you don't think of the answer, then you don't know it as well as you thought you did, whereas... You know, if you get a little prompting, like, oh, it's one of these 3 things, it brings it back to memory. Which for me is just, you know, I'm not, like, insulted or whatever, but it's not what I'm looking for. So I'm just getting ready for my fight here. And then the questions, like on Jeopardy, they get up to some fairly tough ones, depending on your knowledge of the source material. Like, the later questions in categories are rarely, like, general knowledge. They tend to be, like, if you have an awareness of the field, it's probably pretty easy, but if you don't, then you're racking your brain. Whereas on Jeopardy World Tour, it was like, you know, the chemical symbol for nitrogen is what? And then it was like N-F-E-A-U. And you're like... Tough one. And then your 2 opponents get it wrong, so all of a sudden you don't believe that your opponents are real people. You think that they're just like AI-created bots to make you feel smarter, so you put more money into the game. Maybe that's just my cynicism approaching, but... Oh, you're a big fan of Jeopardy, so you downloaded the mobile game, but you don't know what the chemical symbol for nitrogen is, huh? Yeah, it seems pretty likely. He learned how to use his spacebar item. Hey, 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 hey! Look at... Oh, oh, oh! Hey, you don't run out of the dodging juice or nothing. Voice control Jeopardy. Yeah, that voice control Jeopardy is true hell. That game is one of the biggest disappointments. Then somebody said that they started, like, sponsoring streamers to play it or something like that after that, and I'm like... Man, that's, I mean, don't get me wrong, I would consider it, but I'd much rather just type in the answer, man. Look at this money roll, man. Look at this. Oh. Top tier. This is only, it's floor 2. We bought the nod key, okay. Floor 2, chamber 2, sorry. Ooh, dude, the triple... Oh, I thought that was the origami. I don't know why I got so excited about the origami, but... Didn't you make a Jeopardy game? I did. On GitHub, I still pay like $9.99 a month in order to host it. Very not good use of capital, but I'm proud of it. Basically, I'm trying to, dude, it's been so long since I programmed anything, but basically every time you boot it up or click new game, great teleport. It queries this thing called, it's not jQuery, I forget what it was, but it was like an API that had a connection to the Jeopardy database, so it could pull all clues and all answers that have ever been on a show in Jeopardy in the past. And then it made a simulated board where you could click on the question, well, click on the answer if you want to use proper Jeopardy parlance, and then test yourself, and then it would spit out like your Corvette score at the end of it. which for if you're not a Jeopardy nerd is your simulated score for how well you would have done if you were on the episode. Oh, it's the rat room. Look at that. Literally better than the mobile game. I mean, I'm a bigger fan of it. I have a little bias, obviously. And also, it breaks badly whenever there's like an audio or a picture or a video clue. And I'm sure there's probably like a lot of issues with it, don't get me wrong, but it was a cool project to just get going. Use not but this Derringer. Okay, sure. I accept your challenge. They said not but the Derringer, so I dare not even use my airstrike. Oh, that'll just take a second to fix. I will say I did, it wasn't much, but there are people that have made like pull requests, and I'm like, I'd rather not. I'm done with it. Oh, good, the blunderbuss. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure you could make this better. But if you expect me to be like, oh, this like 2-year-old project, hey, you know that thing that you wrote, you could actually inline that function and then the whole thing will run 0.0001% faster. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, feel free to just, literally the code is right there. If you just want to copy, paste that, compile it yourself and release it, you have my full permission. You want to sell it? By all means. Do whatever you want to do. Just leave me out of it, man. I saw what y'all programmers did to the Celeste development team. I want no part of it. Sag? Well, I'm sure they're doing fine. People were just rude. Explain? Well, they released the, you know, the Celeste source code. Celeste, of course, is one of like the most critically acclaimed and publicly beloved platformers literally ever released. And when they released the source code, like a bunch of like Java 101 students and, you know, guys that work at lumber mills making COBOL databases and stuff like that were like, wow, geez, it's so bad. Look at how much they plugged into their game function. Wow. Crazy. They don't even the degree of coupling that they have here is ridiculous. This would get a C+ in my programming class, and I'm like, well, the game has a wider reach and has made more money than every programming professor you've ever had combined. So somebody should really alert the educational institution to the fact that they should really hire the Celeste team to start teaching there. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave that as if it was an own. I'm still just embarrassed that I said COBOL databases, which I don't think means anything. I think it's an inherently nonsense sentence. Counterpoint PUBG. Look, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I will always allow that statement to fly. Counterpoint PUBG. Don't care, didn't ask. Plus, you made PUBG. That's when I was looking at mobile games last night, I did get an ad for PUBG Mobile, and I was just like, it's just not what I want, man. Can I tell you as well, I mean, like, this is, I try not to just farm up anecdotes, like, everywhere I go, but even in bed last night, I tried to find a mobile game, couldn't find one that I wanted to play, so instead I just used my crossword puzzle app, because I'm 100 years old. On my you know, I think I have my phone on me right now. I meant to post the screenshot. I rage quit my crossword app because it gave me a clue that just made me shudder. Let me see if I can find it here. The clue is scent bag dash shampoo envelope. It's 6 letters. It has an E in the 5th position. Scent bag shampoo envelope. And I went, I think I'm just going to go to bed. Yes, scent bag. SACENT/shampoo envelope. A sachet? Yeah, you're absolutely right. That was totally it. There's got to be a better way to phrase that, though, right? It's a sachet? Oh, my mistake. Like, is there a better way to phrase that than scent bag, shampoo envelope? Like, part of the reason I closed the app is I was just like, you don't deserve my attention after you wrote that clue. MTG Arena Mobile. No, I'm trying to not play games that will make me hate myself and everyone else on planet Earth. And then also spend my money when I could be dumping it into VTI. Okay, let's send it. Let's send it. Don't forget about the rat room. We gotta buy a key to use on the rat room. First key goes to the rat room, and we can use 2 blanks too. Yo, that's exciting. Four ammo, no problem. That was scary. Change to. We need a second good gun. Like I don't think the t-shirt cannon is it. Although it does shoot an entire chest of drawers. You need a good first gun. Okay, well, yes, be that as it may, sir. I am as God made me, sir. Very tactical blank. No glances. I really just want a good trivia app that isn't designed. I know how it sounds, okay? But, like, I don't want a trivia app that's, like, designed for the average person. You wanted to have, like, deserved hubris. You wanted to have a slightly higher level of question. Because the average person, like, what are you doing playing trivia to begin with? Really? Like, I just don't understand where you derive the value from on that. Yeah, just go on Facebook and play the Family Feud like everybody else. Proto Bowl's a little sweaty, but I could consider it. But I'm not sure I'm ready to get bodied by 14-year-olds that are at the top of the reach for the top team. Membrane's great stuff. Absolutely. Give me that. Counterpoint PUBG. User was awarded gold for this post. Ammo synthesizer? Armor synthesizer. Still pretty good. Thanks for the wholesome award, kind stranger. Quiz Planet. There was, I think I played Quiz Up in the past, and it was fine. I could be persuaded if someone's got one. If someone's got a good one. Do you have a love-hate relationship with Reddit? No, I think, like, I love the circle jerk. The circle jerk is sick, don't get me wrong. And this is not even meant to be like r/Northern Lion hate, because it's the subreddit I check the most, probably. But I think I just gotta realize, like, Jay said something on stream last night that really, it resonated with me, which is, like, if you want to hate a hobby, if you think that, you know, something you're doing is taking up too much time in your life, and you want to, like, cut it out so you can do other stuff, start subscribing to the subreddit, and, like, within a month, you're gonna be like, I hate this. And I kind of agree, like, my, up, right, up. Yeah. Like, I think there are probably, like, good subreddits out there. But there's also, like, a lot of annoying ones. Even ones that are not, like, related to Me. Now, I still use them every day. But I am starting to get to the point where I'm like, I'm auditing like my Reddit usage a little bit just to be like, is this actually bringing me, you know, any value in my life? Like, am I going here exclusively to get mad, or is there like is there a greater? I like, that's kind of where I'm at with my internet usage in general when I'm in my downtime. Is like, am I here just to see the worst, most idiotic takes from the most insane people on planet Earth? If so, like, just go, like, I've been taking a lot of walks and not looking at my phone. Up, right, up. Up, right, up. Right, up, right. Up, right, up. Right? Yeah, up, right, up. I think it's just better than, like, literally, like, I don't need to know what Ted Cruz says every day. Like, it's always some shit that upsets me and just annoys me. I don't need to see that over and over. I'll just operate on the assumption that, like, it's probably happening behind the scenes, and I'll, you know, just learn how to, like, bake bread or something. I gotta, definitely, I've been in the process of it, but even further than being in the process of it, I think I should have the ambition to improve my mental diet even more. I think the stuff you consume there, you know, it tricks you into thinking like you're helping by being conscious. Oh, that was really bad. But I genuinely believe that it's, to some extent, designed to make you angry so you interact with it more often. The end. I think that's kind of that's where I'm at, where like maybe I would have previously thought that was kind of like a conspiracy theory, but now I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure they had it all figured out. Okay, focus. So far, so good. I think I got telefragged by a mousetrap. That hurts. Just don't lose too much. Okay, that was a little quick, my mouse friend. We're gonna die again, by the way. You just need a pair of brass ones. Look at that. Let me switch to the membrane for a bit. Whoa! Come on, man. That's just rude. Nice try. We got a chance. Oh, the knockback! Ah! Oh. Well, you know, you got me 2 times on that one. You got me 2 times on that one. The rat is a disaster, man. /marker, Enter the Gungeon 2.